Thank you very much for joining me here. Today we're going to talk about how to solve equations that contain fractions. We've already talked about fractions and all the operations that can be done on fractions in a separate video. I'm going to link that in the description below. But today we're going to deal with solving equations that involve fractions. Right, let's look at what we mean by that. Okay, so we mentioned that every fraction has got a numerator and has got a denominator, right? And then we also mentioned in a separate video that anytime you have to solve for something, okay, you have to solve for any variable or any literal in an equation, then you have to employ all the properties of equality that we have mentioned. So let's look at that. Makes a lot of sense, right? Alternatively, we could have said that when we have 2x plus 30 equals x, we could apply the subtraction property of equality by subtracting 2x from this side and subtract 2x from this side. This is going to give us 30, right? 2x minus 2x is 0, so 30 equals x minus 2x will give you negative x. Again, what we want is x, not negative x, so we can apply the division property of equality. We've mentioned that in our previous videos. I will link that up here so that you can have a look at it. So we can divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1. This is division property of equality, and this is going to wind up as this cancels that. 30 divided by negative 1 will give you negative 30. So we can say x is equal to negative 30. That is pretty simple. All right, let's look at this problem. Again, this problem has the same denominator. That makes it a little bit easier for us to do. So here we're going to multiply by the denominator. So 7 will multiply 10 minus 7 will multiply x over 7, and then 7 will multiply 4x over 7. Right, so this is what we have. What we can do is simplify. So 7 times 10 will give you 70, and then 7 cancels 7, so you're gonna have minus x, and that is equal to 7 cancels 7, and that will give you 4x. Again, we're going to do transpose, so this will move from there to this side of equality. Okay, it is negative x here, so it will end up becoming positive x. So this one means that we're going to have 70 equals 4x plus x. This gives us 5x, and that is equal to 70. We divide by 5, we divide by 5. So x is equal to 14. So the value of x here is equal to 14. All right, let's look at this problem again. The denominator is the same, right? So we can multiply by the denominator. So 3, right? So we multiply each term by the denominator, and so 3 here, so 3 here cancels 3, 3 there cancels 3, 3 here multiplies negative 2, so that will give us 4h minus 5h equals negative 6. Right, so 4h and 5h are like terms because their literals are the same, h. So this 4h minus 5h is literally the same as saying 4 minus 5, which will give us negative 1. We said that when you subtract a negative number from a positive, look at their absolute. If the absolute of the negative is greater than the absolute of the positive, the resultant should be negative. So here you're going to have negative 1h, which is negative h, and that is negative 6. Again, we have to apply the division property of equality. So we divide negative 1 from here, and we divide negative 1 from there. and h is going to give us positive 6. All right, let's look at this problem again. So here the denominator is the same. The denominator is r, right? You can see that the denominator is r. Here it is r. Here it is r. So what we need to do is to multiply each term by the denominator. All right, so you multiply each term by the denominator. You can see I have multiplied every term by r, right? Good. So now r cancels r, r cancels r, r cancels r. Let's see what we have. We have 1 here plus 3r, that is equal to 9. This is supposed to be 9, sorry, and minus 2. Great. So here we have 1 plus 3r equals 9 minus 2 is 7, right? So here we need to apply a transpose or subtraction property of equality. So let's transpose. We're going to move 1 from here to the other side of equality. It is positive 1 here, so it will wind up becoming negative 1 there, right? So 3r equals 7 minus 1, and 3r is equal to 7 minus 1 is 6. Divide both sides by 3. Divide both sides by 3. So r equals 2. All right, let's look at our last problem here regarding solving equations that contain fractions of same denominator. All right, so let me give you a minute to give this one a try. Hopefully you were able to do this, but let's go through together. All right, so again we need to multiply each term by the Alright, so we are done multiplying each term by the denominator. Let's simplify. 5 cancels 5. 5 cancels 5. This wind up as z minus 6 plus 5z equals 4z plus 16. Right? So now let's group the like terms. Z here and 5z there are like terms, so this is like 1 plus 5, which will give you 6z minus 6 equals 4z plus 16. Then we can transpose or subtract, use subtraction property of equality. I'm transposing 4z from the right side of equality to the left side of equality. It is positive 4z here. It will wind up as negative 4z there, right? So this is going to give you 6z minus 4z equals 16, right? So 6z minus 4z is 2z minus 6 equals 16. Then we can transpose negative 6 to the other side of equality because they are like terms. 6 and 16 are like terms. It is positive negative 6 here. It becomes positive 6. So 2z equals 16 plus 6, right? And 2z will be equal to 16 plus 6 is 22 divided by 2 divided by 2. This is division property of equality. So z, and that is equal to 11. Yeah, hopefully you understood how to solve equations that contain fractions of the same denominator. Also subscribe to my channel, click the like button and share this video to anybody that may need it. Thank you very much.